This is about the meta model. And if NLP were a Ferrari, ripping through the desert of human limitation, the meta model is the fucking engine. You don't run a Formula 1 car on fairy dust. And you sure as hell don't transform your life on vague floaty language. You run it on precision. You run it on clarity. You run it on truth. Even when it burns like acid through the bullshit. So let's break it down. Imagine you're trying to build a Lego castle with your friend. But every time you ask them what they want, they say, just something, you know? Cool. So, you make a spaceship. They scream, no, not that kind of cool. Welcome to life with most humans. Vague, slippery, full of deleted, distorted, generalized nonsense. That's why you need the meta model, so you can decode what they're really saying. Now take that engine and pair it with sleight of mouth patterns. That's like slapping a plasma sword on a jet bike. You're not just understanding reality anymore, you're reshaping it, reframing it, bending perception, like you're a linguistic Neo in the Matrix. Someone says, I'm just not confident enough. Meta model. Not confident compared to what? Sleight of mouth. Maybe the belief they're not confident is just a misunderstood imagination trained by past conditioning. What if that imagination became your ally instead of your enemy? You see that? Boom. You cracked the code and wrote a new one. When you chunk up, you're zooming out, like looking at the Earth from space. When you chunk down, you're zooming in, like into the DNA of a single leaf. Chunking up. Why do you want to be more confident? To feel free. What's important about freedom? To live fully. Chunking down. What does confidence look like when you say you don't have it? I freeze during meetings. Which meetings specifically? What triggers the freeze? You're building a map. You're shifting from symptom to structure, from narrative to neurology. So let me talk to the part of you that already knows how to do this. You already challenge limiting beliefs. When you see a child fall and encourage them to get up, you're running a reframe. When you realize you don't have to believe every thought, you're chunking up into observer consciousness. What if you believed this daily? If you believed every distorted sentence from a person is a doorway, not a dead end, you'd become unstoppable. You'd hear limiting beliefs and reframe them like a ninja, invisible, fluid, and lethal. You'd hear, I always mess things up, and respond with, always, as in 100% of the time, or just the times you've forgotten how adaptable you really are. The karma of not doing this. If you don't reframe, you'll die as you are. That's the karma. That's the consequence. Keep speaking in vagueness. Keep tolerating ambiguity. And you'll drift like a leaf in the windstorm of other people's projections. But when you command language, you command thought. And when you command thought, you create reality. You don't need to remember this. Your unconscious, it already knows how to zero in on distortions and extract meaning. Every time someone makes a vague statement now, your system will automatically zoom in like a sniper scope, pinpointing the assumption, deletion, or generalization, and turning it into clarity. You'll smile just a little, because you'll realize you own this now. This is part of who you are. You want your life to change. Stop quoting affirmations and start challenging your goddamn language. You want to lead others. Learn to listen like your soul depends on it. and then speak like you mean it. This is spiritual war. You're either a surgeon of belief or a slave of conditioning. Get off the fucking fence. Grab the meta model. Live like clarity is sacred.